Hey guys, welcome to Pen Industry. Hope you are doing good. I am Dr. Ayshwarya with you for easy learning and better understanding. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming videos. Today we are going to cover the face examination of the face in a very detailed manner. First one we are going to learn here is facial form. Then the facial symmetry, whether the face is bilateral, whatever. We will going to cover that. Facial profile, concave or convex profile is there. Facial diversion, whether the face has diverged, it is protrusion has occurred, or anterior diversion, posterior diversion, straight, these things has happened. Examination of the lip, whether the lip is complete, competent lip or incompetent lip, this will going to learn. Nasolabial angle and incisor protrusion we are going to take cover in this examination of the face, and clinical Frankfurt mandibular plane angle also we are going to cover. Let's get started with these topics, with these subtopics in a very detailed manner. Now first one is facial form. In facial form there is a mesoprosopic, that is in meso there will be an average and a normal face form will going to be seen. In europrosopic, the broad and short face form. As you can see in the picture, there picture europrosopic is seen by broad and short face. Okay, it consists of dolichocephalic face form. Dolichocephalic face form is seen in europrosopic. And in leptoprosopic, long and narrow face form is seen, as you can see in the picture, and this consists of brachycephalic form. This was the facial form. This is the facial form, how we can divide the facial form of a person. If the face is average or normal face, you can say it as mesoproscopic. If the face, the region is broad and short, you will say europroscopic, and the face is long and narrow, then you are going to say the leptoprosopic. In class 1, the class 1 division to malocclusion, open bite and high angle cases occur in long and narrow faces. That means leptoprosopic will going to face, what it is going to face, it will going to face a class 2 division to malocclusion. Open bite will be there and high angle cases will be going to occur. And class 2 division to malocclusion will going to take place in the europroscopic. That is low angle area will be there, and this is going to seen in broad and short face form, that is europroscopic, or you can say dolichocephalic form. This was the facial form. When we are talking about the symmetry of the face, facial symmetry, then it is done by the frontal and lateral view. That means you are going to see the face from the front side and from the lateral view. You are going to see the face from the front and the lateral side of. Okay. Ideal face is divided into central, medial and lateral. Equal fifth nose, equal fifth. That means, as you can see in the picture, the ideal face is divided into central, medial and lateral equal fifth. That is equal fifth of the part. Nose and chin lies in the center in central fifth. As you can see that the nose and the chin, it is lying in the center. And the nasal contour is straight and convex. Nasal contour of the face is straight and convex in shape. In frontal plane, intercanthal width is equal to the width of the nose. As you can see in the picture, when you are going to see the face in the front plane, from front side, at that time the intercanthal width is equal to the width of the nose. In vertical plane, when you are going to see the facial symmetry in the vertical manner, vertical plane, the nasal length is 1/3 of the complete facial height. That is the nasal length. The nose length is 1/3 of the complete facial height. Vertical height of the mid face is equal to the height of the lower face. That means the vertical height. The vertical height of the mid face is equal to the height of the lower face. In lower face, mouth is equal to the 1/3 distance between the nose and the chin. When you are going to calculate the lower face, the mouth is equal to the distance between the nose and the chin. Height is measured from hairline to glabella. How you are going to measure the height of the forehead? From hairline and up to the glabella. Forehead is of two types. As you can see, the forehead is of two types. First one is flat forehead and second one is steep forehead. If the facial symmetry is normally balanced, if the balance has maintained in facial symmetry, it consists of equal upper face height, middle face and the lower facial height. Facial profile, how we are going to examine the facial profile. Examination done from side view. Two lines joining the forehead and the soft tissue and a pagonian, A from pagonian. So this is the line joining the forehead and the soft tissue point, and from point A, this is the point A, from here to pagonian, PO, it is joining. If this line is making a straight line, at that time the straight profile you can able to see if it is making a straight line. Okay, when the profile is making a angle like this, so it is making a concavity. Type of profile making a concavity. Okay, making a concavity, this type of profile is known as convex profile. When the angle made by the soft tissue, forehead soft tissue and point A and pagonian is convex, the convexity is seen. At that time, the face is making a concave profile. You can see the face is making a concave profile. So this is a concave profile. The convex profile is seen in class 2 Div 1 patient, and the concave profile is seen in class 3 patient. When this type of profile will occur, that means the class 3, the patient is suffering from malocclusion class 3, and in convex profile, the patient is suffering from class 2 division 1. The maxilla is protruded and the mandible is retruded. Here the maxilla is retruded and the mandible is protruded. The three landmarks we use in facial profile, you should remember this, that is soft tissue nasion and soft tissue pagonian. That is soft tissue forehead from the up to the point A, from A up to the point pagonian. One is facial divergence. This is the anterior and posterior inclination of the lower face. That means the mandible. The mandible here will going to shift anteriorly or the posteriorly. It is going to shift anteriorly or the posteriorly. The landmark used here is soft tissue nasion and soft tissue pagonian. As you can see in the picture, the anterior divergence line drawn from the forehead to the chin is inclined interiorly. That means it is showing the inclination interior side. Okay, It is seen in the class 3. Why class 3? Because the mandible is showing the protrusion and the maxilla is showing the divergence. This is seen the classes the malocclusion class 3 is seen in anterior divergent and in posterior divergent. The facial profile is posterior side. That means the line drawn from the forehead to the pogonion is like this. This is seen in class 2. Why class 2? Because the maxilla here is protruded and the mandible here is retruded. This is seen in class 2. Malocclusion class 2 cases. The straight profile will be like this from the forehead, soft tissue to the pogonion. This is the line between the forehead and the chin is a straight line. This is seen in class 1 case, the malocclusion class 1 case. Hope you are understanding the topic which I am taking today. If you like the video, please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon, and also share to your friends and batchmates for easy learning and better understanding. Examination of the lip. When the lip is in balanced state, that means the lip is in relaxed manner, then the upper lip is slightly protruded with the upper lip. This is the balanced state of the examination of the lip. That means the upper lip will going to slightly protruded with the lower one. First one is competent is slight contact to musculature is seen. That means there will be a contact to the musculature is seen when the lip is relaxed. This is the competent lip. Incompetent is the short lip. Short lip with no seal. As you can see in the picture, short lip with no seal. Okay. In relaxed state. Potential incompetent lip. Potentially incompetent means normal lip will going to fail. That means the normal lip fail to form a lip seal. The lip seal will not going to occur due to proclaimed upper incisor. Because of the upper incisor proclamation, the lip is going to be incompetent. This is the potentially incompetent lip. Everted lip. Everted lip is hypertrophied lip with weak musculature tonicity. Hypertrophied means that the lip is much hypertrophied. The skin of the lip is the growth of the lip is much bigger in size. So because of that, everted lip occur with a weak muscular tonicity. The muscular tonicity here will be the weak. As you can see in the picture, the lips are little bit seen to be swollen, but they are not swollen. They are hypertrophied. 4 types of examination of the lip we can see: competent, incompetent, potential incompetent and everted lip. Sixth one is nasolabial angle and incisor protrusion. Angle made by tangent to the base. As you can see in the picture, the angle is made by tangent to the base and to the upper lip is the nasolabial angle. When the nasolabial angle is greater than or equal to 110 degree, this is the normal nasolabial angle. And when the nasolabial angle increases, it increases with proclination of maxillary incisor. When there will be a proclination, the maxillary incisor is protruded. At that time, the nasolabial angle is going to increase and the nasolabial angle will going to decrease with the retroclination of the maxillary incisor. When the maxillary incisor is inside retroclined, retroclination will be there. At that time, the nasolabial angle will be decreased. This is the nasolabial angle. The normal was 110 degree. Seventh one is Frankfurt mandibular plane angle. When the line is taken of the Frankfurt mandibular plane and the mandibular plane, when these both lines are joined, and they meet behind the auricle or in the occiput, means this is the high Frankfurt angle plane. When the angle meet behind the auricle, when we are drawing the two angles like this, so it is meeting behind the auricle, then this is the angle with a high Frankfurt mandibular plane. When the angle will be steep, the angle will be steep the when the face of the patient is long face or the open bite is present. As you can see in the picture, the angle is steep when the patient is having a long face or an open bite. And in flat plane angle, flat Frankfurt mandibular plane angle, the short face person or the skeletal deep bite person, they are going to have a flat plane angle. The plane angle measurement is done by Frankfurt horizontal plane and the mandibular angle. When they both meet together, they form a high mandibular plane, steep mandibular plane and flat mandibular plane. According to the face, when the face is long and open bite is present, at that time the angle is steep. When the face is short face and skeletal deep bite is present, at that time the angle is flat. This I have covered the examination of the face. Hope you have understood. If you have understood it well, please subscribe and like the video and share to your friends and batchmates for easy learning and better understanding. Thank you for watching Pen Dentistry. To know more about me, links are in description box. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest videos.